You are watching KVU 25 News Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Adam Seibel. The desperate search for a suspect after a mass shooting in Houston. At least 6 people were hurt, 1 in critical condition after a gunman opened fire outside a nightclub. Police say a disturbance inside the club spilled into the parking lot after closing.
Tonight, an urgent manhunt underway. Police trying to find out who shot 6 people overnight outside a Houston nightclub.
Whatever you got going on, whatever beef you have going on with somebody, it makes no sense to fire up into a crowded parking lot. And just make no mistake about it. We're going to find out who did it, and we're going to hold them accountable.
Authorities say it all started with an argument around 2 a.m. inside Taboo Restaurant and Lounge. Then it spilled outside.
They heard about 6 gunshots, people went crazy in the parking lot.
Investigators say a 7th person was injured by broken glass. Authorities say the victims are all in their 20s or 30s. 1 rushed to the hospital in critical condition.
We expect them to make it. So just prayers out to the family of the one victim who just got out of surgery, and I hope he's going to be all right.
And so far this year, there have been more than 250 mass shootings. That's according to the Gun Violence Archive. Houston authorities are now combing through surveillance video as they continue to look for those responsible. Elwin Lopez, ABC News, Atlanta, Georgia.
Spring Creek Drive will close for reconstruction this starting June 12th. Spring Creek Drive from Country Club Drive to Main Street will close to through traffic for continued reconstruction to Spring Creek Drive, weather permitting. All businesses and homes in the construction zone will remain accessible. Through traffic can avoid delays by seeking alternate routes. And if you need more information, you can contact Victoria Engineering at 361-485-3340. All right, it's time to talk weather on this Sunday night. We're going to go ahead and turn over to meteorologist Howie Gordon to see what the rest of your week looks like. Howie, we had some heat advisories today, it looked like.
Yes, Adam, very much on the hot side, over 105 degrees. Those have been allowed to expire, but they're going to start up again tomorrow when the heat we turn the heat back on. Or I don't turn the heat back on. Mother Nature turns it back on tomorrow as we see temperatures pushing 106, 107, 108. The sun's gone down, so hey, still in the 90s though in some spots. And as I've been saying the last couple days, our hottest weather is yet to come, and we'll talk more about that coming in my full forecast in just a little bit, Adam.
All right, thanks, Howie. Former President Trump vowing to stay in the 2024 presidential race, even as he faces a 37-count indictment from the Justice Department. A new poll finding that half Americans believe he should have been charged in this case, with the other half saying they believe the charges are politically motivated.
Former President Trump back on the campaign trail Saturday, speaking out publicly just one day after the Justice Department unsealed its 37-count indictment against him.
The baseless indictment of me by the Biden administration's weaponized Department of Injustice will go down as among the most horrific abuses of power in the history of our country.
The indictment accuses Trump of knowingly breaking the law and trying to cover it up, mishandling classified documents containing information on U.S. nuclear programs and American military plans. Trump maintains he did nothing wrong and says he will stay in the 2024 presidential race.
His rhetoric of his campaign has largely been one of retribution, revenge, framing himself as the victim. And there's a segment of his base that is going to stick by him no matter what.
Republicans are calling the indictment politically motivated.
Most people on my side of the aisle believe when it comes to Donald Trump, there are no rules, and you can do the exact same thing or something very similar as a Democrat, and nothing happens to you.
Democrats disagree.
Former President Trump has no one to blame but himself for being federally criminally indicted. All of the charges arise from his misconduct, his alleged misconduct, after receiving a federal criminal subpoena to produce classified documents.
A new ABC News Ipsos poll found nearly half of Americans think Trump should have been charged in this case. 35% think he should not have been charged, and 17% say they don't know. Overall, 61% of Americans believe the charges are either very or somewhat serious. Trump has his first court appearance on Tuesday at the Miami Federal Courthouse. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, Miami.
That brings us to your viewer poll tonight. You can scan that QR code on your screen to vote. Do you think Trump's 37-count federal indictment will have a large impact on his campaign? It looks like 46% say yes and 54% say no. About an even split there. Thank you for voting tonight, and come to crossroadstoday.com/vote for all those viewer polls. All right, grab your cell phone and scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the free Crossroads Today app. It allows you to watch us anytime, anywhere, and get breaking news alerts and vote in our viewer polls. You can also learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app, and you can also submit news tips and photos. And while you're at it, you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today News. Hit the like and subscribe button and click the notification bell. Coming up, a tanker truck fire underneath an overpass has caused a section of Interstate 95 to collapse.
Our little heat wave has begun. It's going to continue. We'll talk more about it coming up in just a little bit.
Rising interest rates got you down? Victory Kia has the answer. Like new 2023 Kia Stingers with 2.9% financing for 60 months, even our lowest priced Kia, the new 2023 Kia Rio, has 3.9% financing for 48 months. Couple our low Victory prices with low Kia rates, and you can expect really low lease payments like a new 2023 Kia Seltos for $219 a month for 24 months. With lower interest rates and lower payments, we think you too will say,
I love Victory!
Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Wendt with Wendt Electrical Services. My dad and I have been serving South Texas for over 20 years.
We can take care of your generator or electrical needs. We're a one-stop shop. We currently are running specials on loads of generators.
Right now we are offering huge savings on air-cooled units of over $700 off.
Give us a call today, 361-573-7344, or visit us online, wentelectrical.com.
Texas? Now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup. Now with a great in-stock selection to choose from, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Ford SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty.
Drive a 2023 Ford Expedition with 2.9 financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash and complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Sherry is new in June. Never wear new boots or shoes when you go to a church. I sit down and they go, stand up, everybody. Mondays live with Damon Wayans and Pam Grier.
No one thought he would run. A computer salesman was supposed to report to prison to begin a 17-year sentence.
How do you evade capture for 25 years?
Now, join the global manhunt. Have you seen this man? Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
The Texas legislative special session has begun. We have 25 News Now Sunrise anchor Caroline Estrain, who gets the latest from Renzo Downey, who's a Capitol reporter for the Texas Tribune.
The legislative session has come to an end, but now we've entered a special session. There's still lots to talk about at the Texas State Capitol, and this week a number of border security bills were signed by the governor. Capitol reporter with the Texas Tribune, Renzo Downey, joins us to fill us in on what bills were signed. Welcome, Renzo.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Always great to see you. So, Renzo, several bills signed by the governor this week, bills that would compensate landowners for any damage done to their property tied to illegal immigration, and some other bills also passed or also signed. Can you talk to us about how this all went down?
Yeah, so this is bill signing season for the governor, and on Thursday he signed a batch of border security, immigration type bills, bills that would protect, bills that would provide compensation to landowners if any damage occurs to their property during chases from the border, and some other border initiatives. He also announced plans to place some buoys in the water at the border. Another measure that Texas is trying to take to put border security into its own hands.
So if we're not able to finish building the wall, at least those buoys would add another obstacle in the way of those immigrants trying to cross the border.
Yes, this would be something that, there's a concept plan for it. The governor's going to roll forward with it, and this would just make it a little bit trickier to try to swim across the border.
And Senate Bill 1900 or 1900, that designates Mexican drug cartels and criminal organizations as foreign terrorist organizations. So how's that going to change things?
Yeah, well, this allows the state to take extra action, and it's a pretty controversial move. There's debate at the federal level of whether states should be doing this. It's not exactly a fan of the Mexican government. The Mexican government isn't exactly a fan of the state going ahead and doing this. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out going forward.
It looks like it'll definitely intensify our border relations with our neighbors there in Mexico. Thank you so much, Renzo, for this update.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Carolina. Thousands of dead fish have washed ashore on the beaches of Brazoria County. Now, Texas State Park and Wildlife officials are warning people to stay away from that beach. Experts say that low dissolved oxygen, which can lead to algae growth, seems to be causing the massive fish kill. These photos are from Quintana Beach County Park. They capture just how many fish have been swept ashore. Crews have started removing the fish from the shore, but they say the issue continues. Officials say that most of the species impacted was Gulf Menhaden. I'm sure it smells not good on that beach, so I would stay away. A tanker truck fire underneath an overpass has caused a section of Interstate 95 to collapse. The incident now considered a hazmat situation, and officials are telling residents to make other travel plans, as the governor of Pennsylvania saying the road will likely be closed for months to rebuild.
The northbound lanes of Interstate 95 in Philadelphia collapsed early Sunday morning after a tanker truck caught fire underneath an overpass.
This is in the underpass. Something is ignited. Give me 2 more engines.
Authorities responding to reports of the fire just before 6:30 a.m. local time. Mark Fusetti was traveling south on I-95, capturing this video. The huge plume of thick black smoke hovering over the roadway. You can see the depression in the pavement, and then his car dips as other vehicles continue to drive through the smoke.
Oh my God, the road's fallen.
Lisa Taormino was also driving through on her way to work.
No cops had shut the road down, which was alarming to me. So I did call 911 and let them know that it felt like the bridge was going to fall.
Authorities say the northbound side of the highway collapsed minutes after they got there. No injuries were reported from the collapse.
Remarkable devastation. And I found myself, thanking the Lord that no motorists who were on I-95 were injured or died.
Pennsylvania's governor says reconstruction will likely take months. He says he'll issue a disaster declaration, allowing the state to draw down federal funds.
The Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, has made it clear that whatever resources would be needed to rebuild I-95 and to do so in a safe and expeditious manner would be provided to us.
PennDOT says an average of 160,000 cars travel this portion of the highway every day.
We're advising residents to please avoid the area and plan for alternative routes of travel.
The NTSB tweeted Sunday that in coordination with Pennsylvania State Police, it will be sending a team to help with the investigation. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Philadelphia.
For more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrain will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. And you can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
Just 10 days before the official start of summer, and summer weather is already here. We'll talk more about it straight ahead.
Do you know of an outstanding athlete in your area? Go to crossroadstoday.com and submit your nomination for the Athlete of the Week. Tune in to 25 News Now on Thursday's 6 p.m. news and Friday's 6 a.m. news to see who will be the Athlete of the Week.
Need weather around the clock? When the weather changes in the Crossroads, you need a reliable source. Visit Interactive Radar online for the latest conditions in the Crossroads area. CrossroadsToday.com. Weather at your fingertips. 25 News Now would like to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Go to the link on your screen for more information on how to download.
Hi folks, Greg at Full of Pep. A longtime customer talked to me the other day and told me they switched to a horse feed from another company because it was cheaper than ours. Before long, the shape of his horses deteriorated and one ended up at the vet. Our equine feeds are formulated to keep your horses in the best condition and maintain peak performance at any life stage. We're not the cheapest, but we sell a superior quality product at a fair price. And in my opinion, that's value. Come see us at Full of Pep.
You can enjoy endless entertainment and local news updates for free on our 17 over-the-air channels. Connect your TV antenna to your smart TV in 3 easy steps. Connect the coaxial cable from your antenna to the back of your TV. Select the menu button on your remote and navigate to the correct input of your antenna. Find the channel scan option and click it. Setting up your antenna will keep you entertained and informed with the latest weather updates and emergency information for free. Call or email for questions or more information. Stay connected and stay safe.
Transform your floors with USA Concrete Coatings. We customize floors with polyurea, which is 4 times stronger than epoxy. It seals and protects, is easy to clean, and resists chipping and peeling. USA Concrete floors are antimicrobial and antibacterial. Let us upgrade your garage, patio, sidewalks, or interior floors. Commercial installations available. Visit us online or call us today. USA Concrete Coatings. From concrete to custom in just one day.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
All right, we had some heat advisories today. We went above 105 degrees. Those have been allowed to expire. Those will begin again, though, tomorrow when the heat arrives here. Also, the heat just heats up again. It's already here. Dry, hot, and humid. Excessive heat warnings potentially by the middle of the week, and we'll break that down in just a moment here. Here's a shot. We warmed up to 97 degrees, stay about 5 degrees above average. Record high of 103 back in 1906. Nothing in the way of any rainfall. Here's a shot out there of our DTAR camera. Saw lots of blue today. Really nothing in the way of cloud cover. Now, we have storms to the north, high pressure surrounding the area. A little bit of tug is creating some breezy conditions. Not super windy, but breezy. Little worse over there in Palacios. We had some areas of 25-mile-per-hour gusts. They actually feel pretty good. The stagnant air, just sitting there and you're just baking away. No, a little bit of a breeze feels a little bit better. Maybe it doesn't help tremendously, but it's just a little bit of some relief. Now, our dew points, look at these, sweltering, mid to upper 70s, pushing 80. These might even be a little higher a few days from now. Again, I'm going to go into that in half a second. All right, here's our heat indices. Today, we were 107, 108, 109. We should be potentially in that same range or even hotter tomorrow. By the middle of the week, it's a different story. I'm going to break that down in just a second. Now, we do have high pressure pushing down. The high dew points with the moisture. Yeah, we're still looking at a little bit of fog during the early morning hours, 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning. When the sun starts to come up a little after 6 in the 7 o'clock range, that sun should start to scour out the fog. But before that, you can encounter visibility is getting taken down 3 miles or less, so you want to drive on the safe and the slow side. All right, here's what we have. I talked about the high pressure surrounding us. There are some storms off to the northwest. As that boundary, as the storms kind of head our way, not going to make it all the way down through the high and into the viewing area. It's going to be close enough, though. It's going to bring some moisture our way. And with that moisture, high pressure pushing down, that added moisture, yes, we could have excessive heat warnings potentially with the real feel of 115 or hotter. So we are looking at a very hot week and gonna get even hotter. So yes, again, loose-fitting clothing, light-colored clothing, lots of fluids. If you don't have to be outside, if you're not at the beach or pool, then hey, maybe stay inside and enjoy that air conditioning. 81 degrees for our water. Sea's about 3 feet. That'll keep our bays on the choppy side. Again, nothing going on in the tropics as of yet, but we have a long ways to go as the season just began about a week and a half or so ago. So overnight we'll be down to 74 degrees, mostly clear, slightly breezy, winds in that 15-mile-per-hour range. And then for tomorrow, we'll be right around 97 degrees, a heat index temperature of 107 degrees. But I talked about it, 111, 113 by the middle of the week when that extra moisture comes in. We actually could see 115 degrees or hotter, which would promote excessive heat warnings. For more weather, news, and sports, you can go to our app. That's at crossroadstoday.com. That is free with any Android and iPhone. And now we go to Sports with Zach.
Thank you, Howie. The Generals had Warriors weekend here at home. Now hit the road roll. Recap last night. Hopefully have more updates tonight. Coming up in sports.
I found the discount!
It's the sizzling summer sell-off at Victory GMC. Take $4,000 off new Denali's. Enjoy 1.9% financing on new GMC Sierras and 3.9% financing on new GMC Terrains. Wow, big discounts and low financing rates. We think you'll call it Victory. Now go put them back.
My name's Danny, and I absolutely love my F-150. I bought this particular truck because of the Blue Cruise. You literally let go of your hands. It just centers the car in the lane, follows the person in front of me, keeps a safe distance. In my experience, the Ford F-150 is the best in Texas.
Lease a new Ford F-150 for just $499 a month or choose 0% plus $750 cash. Both include complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Next live, Tom Holland from the thriller The Crowded Room.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Plus Mikey Day, host of Is It Cake?
This isn't cake.
Yeah, of course, that, all that. Yeah, it was that. Yeah, of course.
I like this shirt, but Disney does not.
You were at Disney World. Did you get through the gates?
They looked me up and down and said, unfortunately, we can't let you in.
Slut shaming.
She was asked to cover up for wearing this sexy top.
She's like, you can't board the plane. I can't go anywhere where I am not having heinies shoved in my face. I see it all the time. Don't look at it.
Clothing is power for women.
Nobody's attacking anybody's character.
They told her to kill herself. Next, Dr. Phil.
Well, the Generals back in action last night, welcoming the Baton Rouge Rougarou, who swept them earlier in the week. Brady Parker, the strikeout, is going to end that inning, and the Generals immediately wake the bats up. A leadoff double in the fourth gets the inning started, and after a walk and a pass ball, puts two runners in scoring position. A two-run opposite field double is going to score two, making it a 7-4 ball game. But right when they pulled within striking distance, the Generals would hit three batters in the next inning and allowed 3 runs. They made it a ball game late, but fell 8-10. And as for tonight, the Generals fall again, this time to the Acadiana Cane Cutters. Final score 5-2. They are back in action tomorrow against the Cane Cutters on the road at 7. Get this prompter working. Okay, here we go. The Rangers and Astros lost on Friday. They both won last night, and they keep the trend going. They both lose today. The Rangers dropped 2 of 3 to the Tampa Bay Rays, who went up in the first inning and never lost the lead after trailing 4-0. The Rangers put up a 3 spot in the third, but in the fourth, Tampa responds with its own 3-run inning in the fourth with off the bat of Wander Franco. That would be it for the scoring. Final score 7-3. And the Astros abysmal today, mustering only 4 hits in their 5-0 loss. Guardians pitcher Shane Bieber went 7 innings, no runs allowed, just the 3 hits. The Astros have now lost 5 of their last 6 games, remain 5 games behind the first place Texas Rangers. All right, Game 5 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night in Denver. The Nuggets have pretty much had their way so far with the Miami Heat, marching right into their home, taking both games. The Serbian Nikola Jokic looking like the best player on the planet right now, very close to an NBA title. And while the Serbian Jokic has an NBA title at his grasp, another Serbian was crowned earlier today. Novak Djokovic has won his 23rd Grand Slam. The 36-year-old claimed his title following a win over Casper Ruud for his 3rd career French Open. He has surpassed Rafael Nadal for the most amongst men. He becomes the first to win each Grand Slam tournament at least 3 times. The match was a tough 3-hour, 13-minute battle. He joined Serena Williams and Margaret Court with his 23 Grand Slams. And the Houston Texans post a cryptic tweet, perhaps pointing out some big news dropping tomorrow. Many folks on Twitter saying it appears to be a silhouette of J.J. Watt, thinking maybe he's signing a one-day deal and retiring a Texan. It's all speculation right now. Anxiously waiting to see what the news is. And earlier this afternoon, WNBA great Sue Bird had her jersey retired by the Seattle Storm. Adam, hopefully you have better luck than I did. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Zach. Stay with us. Coming up, a rare orange American lobster is caught in Maine. Will now go on display at a marine science center.
There's no reason to travel the globe in search of great eye care, not when there's world-class eye care right here in South Texas at Victoria Eye Center. These are the faces of our local doctors who have helped build and maintain our outstanding reputation. These are the faces you can trust for routine and specialty eye care for cataracts, glaucoma, dry eye, LASIK, diabetic eye care, eye exams, glasses, contacts, and much more. With 5 locations in South Texas, there's an office near you. Contact Victoria Eye Center to schedule an eye exam.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
My name is Adarius McCormick, and I want you to know about my new segment, Homemade with Adarius. I will interview amazing people and showcase intriguing places that may be new to you in the Crossroads. Want to show off something homemade? Email us at homemade@victoriatelevision.com. See my new segment on Crossroads Today YouTube channel and Crossroads Today Plus. You do not want to miss this.
Here's something we rarely see. A lobstering crew caught a bright orange American lobster earlier this month in Costco Bay. Costco, not the store. This is Costco Bay. That's along the southern coast of Maine. The distinct colors from a genetic mutation. A marine scientist says the chances of catching these, 1 in about 30 million. Wow, the lobster's about 5 to 7 years old and missing 1 claw. And just in case you're wondering, he's not headed to anyone's dinner plate, but rather will go to live out its days at the University of New England's Marine Science Center. You know, right. I feel bad thinking this, but it's not too rare. I've seen an orange lobster after it's boiled.
We need to hire him here. He's got the station colors.
They turn more red?
Oh, yeah, they turn
more red.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I guess orange is kind of rare for a lobster.
1 in 30 million? You might as well play the lotto while he's at it. Those are some great odds that he came there.
And now he's going to live, you know, not going to get eaten alive.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a claw, though. I mean, is it worth it at that point?
Yeah.
He's going to have a good life. They'll feed him. He's going to have a nice lobster life.
Yeah.
Really, really cute little guy. Let's take one last look at our weather on their notes. So, yes, another hot one today. We had heat advisories. Those have been allowed to expire as temperatures have went down and under 105. Still pushing 95, though, in some portions of the viewing area. Now, it's going to look a little different tomorrow again. We are going to start to heat up. Overnight, we'll drop down to 74, mostly clear, slightly breezy. But tomorrow, here's what we got. About 97 for our ambient temperature. Heat indice potentially 107 or even warmer than that. We were at 108 today. I think we'll be even higher tomorrow. We could be 108 or 109. And looking ahead to the rest of the week, if you like hot weather and you're going to the pool, going to the beach, looking fantastic. Some of these heat indices potentially by maybe Wednesday-ish could be 115 or warmer.
Oh, man. Keep that water handy.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Howie. And thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your week.